Yes, good evening, everyone. My voice is audible.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah.
Okay, we'll start the session. Sorry, there was, I think, some miscommunication. Actually, I wanted to have the session on Saturday, but I was in some function. I got late. When I informed them, there will be no session. I hope it has been told to you. Okay, so we'll start the session. So I'll just repeat what we discussed in our last class, which was on Friday. Yes, so on Friday we discussed about the structure of the Linux OS. Yes. So in that we discussed where exactly the OS will be installed. Like in Windows, it will be installed on C drive, whereas in Windows, it will be installed on the / directory. I hope Pratik, I think I have sent you the required material. Yes, because you have made the payment, and Manoj, I think you got, Feroz, you got. And I heard, I think somebody else has made the payment. I'm not sure, maybe Sanjay or Sham something, because I just need to check. Acha, you have made the payment. Okay. So this is my mail ID. You just ping to me on my mail ID. I'll be sending you. Okay. So, okay. I think only Sanjay, you have left. I think hopefully you'll be also paying very shortly.
Yeah, just means today I joined, so today is my first class.
Today is your first day. Okay. So previously in 2 sessions, I just went through the first day about the introduction of the Linux and what are the topics which we are going to discuss. And in the last session, I just went through the structure of the Linux OS. So I hope you will just go through that recording, because already
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes, sorry.
Sir, you sharing YouTube link, sir. That is not Google folder, right?
Okay, yes, I think it is there now available. You have seen that?
Last 2 classes in you send links. One is demo link, content link. You send a different one mail.
Okay. So because I have been told that they will be creating one Google Drive link and they will be sharing. I think once within 1 or 2 days they'll do.
Last time, I think I don't know her name. So she created one Google folder. She shared almost six classes videos.
That's what I think. You made the payment at that time, so the strength was less. So they made one batch.
Me paid a lot. I think May 10th batch.
Okay. Yes, that batch only is carrying.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I think in that they will be making again these other people who have made the payment. They'll be sharing it. So it will be sorted out once today or tomorrow. Okay, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay. So you will be getting this recording available. Sanjay, you can just go through the first 2 sessions. Okay. So today, as for our session, we'll be going with the installation. I think
Yeah.
for Feroz and Manoj, it's repetition. Yes.
Yeah, where I'll get that recordings because I don't have any mail for that.
Okay. So it is available on our YouTube as well as I'll give you, I think on our website, one number is there. I'll share you with you. You can just contact them. They will send you the first 2 days recording. I think it is also available on our YouTube channel also.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Okay. I'll share the number. Just a moment. I think this is the place where you can see our these things. Anyhow, I'll sharing you these numbers.
Okay, I have this number. Okay,
I'll
I'll
contact them morning,
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. She will be
Okay.
replying. Other
Okay.
also update to her. After that, also still, if you have any question after the session, you can ask. So can I proceed?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
sure.
already little bit of knowledge of Linux. Just we have discussed about the introduction of Linux and in last class the structure. So in the structure, when we install the OS, Windows OS, it will get installed on C drive. But in Linux, we don't have any drives. So here everything is based on directory. So when we install the Linux OS, this is the structure we have discussed. Yes. So the OS will get installed here where on the slash directory, which is called root directory. So you have to remember here, whenever we say root, it is a administrator account. For slash, it is called as the root directory. So this root directory contain many subdirectories, like the C drive contain many folders like system32, drivers, etc, Windows, program file, user. Similar to that, I have went through all this one by one in detail. So our root is a administrator account. Root data will be stored in slash root. Slash home contain all the users data slash home. Then bin contain the commands which can be used by all users. Then yes bin contain the commands which can be used only by one user, that is super user, root user. Bin slash boot contain Linux kernel. The most important part of Linux OS is Linux kernel. Bootloader and bootable file will be there in slash boot directory, through which will do the booting process, loading of the OS. Slash dev contain hardware devices information. When we install any application in Windows, it will be stored in program file. In Linux, it will be stored in USR, inbuilt application. And that application creates a configuration file which will be stored in etc. Then SRV contains service records, system files here, lib contain this, library file, media is used to access the removable storage device like DVD, pen drive. Then MNT is used to access the new partition, where contain variable data. OPT, third-party install application. Okay, so this we have discussed in detail. Okay, so now one of the main thing which encourages the companies to use the Linux. That is the user. That is the why you will see most of the servers in Linux, or most of the servers in the companies in the world overall. Most of the servers in the companies are running on Linux. It is a fact. So the main reason for that, it's have a very good security Linux compared to Windows. It has a less downtime. In Windows, when for important services, we have to restart the machine. If it is a production server, because server has to be added with services frequently. So if you restart the machine during that time, the services will be not available. It comes under downtime. But in Linux, when you add any new service, you don't have to restart the machine. Yes, in that when you use the command, virus cannot enter, and we have seen in Linux, the files will don't have any execute permission. Apart from that, in Linux, we have the shell which check the command is within the predefined commands or not. If it is from unknown source, it will not execute, it will not run. So much security is there. Apart from that, the Linux structure is very safe and secure, because we have discussed in the other class, when we install the Windows OS get installed in single partition. So what is the advantage of that? It may be easy to operate, but what is the disadvantage? I said, in Windows, if one of the OS folder get corrupted, like suppose as a user, I was downloading something from unverified source and it contains some virus and it got affected, my folder. So users data will be stored. So users data will be stored in /home in Windows. So for each user, one folder will be created with their name. So if one of the user get affected, it will ultimately affect the /home. /home will affect the C drive. Complete OS will be gone. But in Linux, we can install the Linux OS on multiple partition. So whichever subfolders. So our main OS, when we install the Linux OS, our main directory for the Linux is /, which is called root directory, which contain Linux OS. So whenever we install the Linux OS, along with this main directory, this all subdirectory will be created. Like in Windows, all the subfolders will be created, like program files, user, say system32, drivers. So similar to that, all they will be created. But in Windows, whatever folders are important, we cannot allocate a separate partition. But in Linux, whichever partitions are important, we'll create a separate partition. So it will be part of the /, but it will have its own space. So like in every Linux operating system, we have to create minimum 3 to 4 partition. And in that, common first 2 partition will be /, where our Linux will be there, and /boot, which contain our bootable file, bootloader, and Linux kernel, through which it will do the booting process or load the OS. Suppose if you want to make your server as a user database server, so our generally the third partition will be /home. Now you want to make your server as a syslog server. Log server you want to make, our third partition will be /var. No, you want to make your server as a application server, system application server. You have to make third partition /usr. So whichever partition is important, we can create a separate partition. So if any one of the OS folder get corrupted, so that maximum will affect to that particular partition. Like suppose the user got affected, so maximum it will affect the /home. It will not affect the entire OS. So this structure makes Linux very safe and secure. So this is also one of the reasons why most of the servers in the world are working on the Linux. So today we will see how to install the Linux OS. During the installation of the Linux, how to create the multiple partition. So shall I begin with the installation? So that from tomorrow onwards, we can proceed with the basic commands. Yes, can I proceed? Already to some of you people, I already shown you. So it will be repetition as well as it will be revision for you. I hope you will not find much difficult. You will find much easier to understand. And rest of the people also, I'll be going slowly so that you'll not feel much problem. If you get any problem, please use the chat box to reply or ask your questions or doubt wherever you are not understand. I'll repeat once more. So can I proceed with the practical? First practical, how to do the installation of the Linux OS, whether it is RHL 7 or CentOS 7. It will be exactly same. Can I proceed?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So you can use the chat box also to reply and to ask your questions if you get any problem, any doubt. So do we need to install the OS directly on your physical laptop? No. So first thing what you have to do, you have to install the VMware. So I have made one file. So this file I already shared with most of you people. I'll be sharing with today or maximum tomorrow morning, Sham. Okay. And if you like my demo sessions and if you also join, our one more friend today is joined. So once you make a payment, I will be sharing you with this. So I made 3 files, one practical step file in that all the practicals are there from first day to last day. And then I made one theory part with the standalone, and I made one more theory file which is related with network admin part. Okay, Sanjay. Okay, fine. So now first I'll be sharing with you. So those people who to them I already shared the file. No need to copy. So first I'm sharing the people who did not receive the practical step file. So first thing I'm doing it what? I'm pasting it on the chat box. The link of VMware. So first I'm giving you the link, the cracked version of the VMware 17th version. You can copy that and see. Some of you already in some batches will have the issue saying, sir, it is not working. So from that onwards, I learned that I should show you directly from the link so that you will not have that problem saying that, sir, the link is not working. So see here, don't copy the heading, just copy the link. Now I'm showing you it is working. So you copy the link of the VMware, then you go to the browser, open the browser. In the URL, just paste that link. Now enter. You can find this VMware Workstation 17 Pro. So your Windows might be the physical OS. Like most of us, our operating system, install operating system will be Windows. It might be Windows 10 or 11. So we have to download this Windows Workstation 17 for Windows, means our physical machine is Windows. So just click on this link. See, it is start downloading. You don't have to give any detail. After giving the detail, I made that link. Okay. So I hope now you will not have that issue as per the downloading of VMware is concerned. Next, after downloading the VMware, where it will get download? It will get download in download folder of your physical machine. So after downloading, you please go to the download folder. So you will find your VMware. Just double click on that. Just double click on that VMware. Then click on next. So as you know, in Windows, mostly next. Just we have to read next. Install. So after installing, it will ask the during the installation, it may ask the key. So what you have to do, have given the key also. So don't write the key, just to copy and paste it. I have given you the key. After that, restart the machine. So once you are done with that, the icon will appear like here. I have installed the VMware. So one icon will appear like this. So this is the first thing you have to do. Now you want to install the Linux OS. So OS will be installed through the ISO image file. So here I have given you the operating system link. So here. So this also please copy. Those who do not have the file, please copy this. Now here also you don't copy the heading, just copy the link. Now I'm showing you that also. So copy this link. Now go to the, again, browser. Now you have to download this time the ISO image of the Linux operating system. RHEL 7 equivalent is CentOS 7. So you have different OS. So for our practical purpose, the second one is enough. So that is the reason in the bracket I have written 4.4 GB. So here also, this is also working. See here, I'm just clicking on the link and it started downloading. Okay. So is it okay now? So you need two things before you proceed with the installation. One is you have to install the VMware. So you need first VMware. So you download the VMware, then install it. So icon will appear. Then after that, you download the ISO image of the Linux operating system. So both the link I have given to you. So if you understood up to this, I will proceed with how to create a virtual machine and proceed with the installation. How to do the installation, I'll show you. So up to this, are you having any questions, any doubt?
Yeah, hi.
Yes, tell.
Yeah, actually, how much minimum memory, means RAM we need to run this one
See,
to segregate this?
Linux require when you are working on the VM. So minimum I think everybody nowadays have 4 GB of RAM. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have 4 GB, it may work little bit slow. If you have 8 GB, it is very good. Otherwise, another best alternative what the people are using is they are using 4 GB RAM also SSD hard disk. So you can insert the SSD hard disk, or nowadays casing is also available. Just to connect it, just like a pen drive. Even 1 GB, sorry, 100 GB, 250 GB SSD hard disk. That will work very fast, even on 4 GB. In my case also, I'm having SSD hard disk. I hope I cleared your question. Can I proceed?
Yeah. But I have that one 4 GB RAM and 512 SSD, but still it is slow. So that is the reason I asked.
No. How you can say it's slow? What you're doing? Are you install many things? You need to keep a little bit of free space in the C drive. SSD hard disk means generally it will work fast. And for Linux, you will be working on commands, so it doesn't make you slow. The Windows, if you are using the server OS, it might be a little bit slow. And your base OS is what?
Windows.
Windows 10 or which one?
Windows 11.
Windows 11. That's good. In that also, the home edition, instead of home edition, if you have pro edition, it's better. Your base
Yeah,
OS.
it's home edition.
So it should not be a problem if you are having the SSD hard disk. It should work normal. Okay, you
Okay,
just
let me try.
first try the VMware, because I'm also having same configuration. So it's working little bit fine only. No, like stoppages
Okay.
are frequently,
Thank you.
nothing like that. So can I begin now? So first thing what to do, install the VMware. Don't install the Linux OS on your physical machine. Remember, keep your Windows OS as it is on that Windows operating system. You install first VMware and also download the ISO image of the which Linux OS which you want to install. So once these two things are ready, after downloading the ISO image, don't extract or don't compress that. Keep as it is. Don't do anything to the ISO image. Then after that, start creating a virtual machine. So to create a virtual machine, just double click on the VMware. Now suppose if you have already created something and you want to delete it, this is the correct procedure, because most of the time people are asking me this method. So what they will do, they'll remove from here. So whatever resources they have given, it will be not taken back to your physical machine. So just the name will be removed. So the best process and method is to delete your virtual machine is select your machine. The machine should be power off. Select the machine, right click, manage, delete from disk. So this is the appropriate method. So whatever resources you are given, it will come back. So now once you double click here, your VMware, it will open like this. So I'm using the 15th version, no problem. 17th is the latest you can use. So now here, first thing you have to do is click on create a new virtual machine. So here there are two options. So you go with the typical. So in the background, it will take 1 GB of RAM, one processor will be allocated. So click on next. Now here, some of you will go with the second option, but the third option is better. So third option is better. So I'll suggest you can see the recording also. So first typical, next select the third option. I will install the operating system later. Then next, now select here Linux. So in that, as we have discussed, Linux is an open source operating system. Open source means the source code of the Linux operating system, which has been designed by Linus Torvald using the Unix. He kept whatever coding or program he has written to design that over the internet, which anybody can modify. So all the companies, what they are doing, who are using or who are developing the Linux OS, which you can call Linux distributors or vendors. So they have taken the source code, same source code, and they have added their own features. So we have different OS with the different names, designed and developed by different companies. But as I told you, if you learn any one of the flavor, you can work on any other flavor quite easily. Like I told you, I hope you remember the example. So suppose if you know the driving of the Maruti car for 800, now you purchase some bigger luxury version, maybe Tata or something like that. So can you drive? Yes. It may take maybe a few hours or a few days to adjust to the new features. Same way, if you are good with any one flavor, you can work on other because the architecture and structure will be same. So some commands might be same, some commands might be different. So we cannot know all commands. So, but you should know the command in one version. So if it is different also, just you type it in Google equivalent command, you will get. So that's how all the people are working. You cannot learn all the flavors. So you should be good with one flavor. So most of the people teaches you or the training institute teaches you on the Red Hat because Red Hat is a very quality product. So I told you we are discussing Red Hat RHEL 7 through CentOS 7. So why we are using the CentOS, which is exactly same copy of RHEL. So RHEL, they are the company now under the IBM. So they are charging not for the OS, but to provide the support. But some people who are working like a Linux expert, what they have done to spread the Linux more further, they form an association with the name CentOS, and they talk to these Red Hat people, their intention, their just specific aim. So the Red Hat people also are giving them their source code whenever they release any new version. They are giving us exact same source code. They are just copying and pasting in CentOS. So the CentOS is the exact Xerox copy of the RHEL. So for CentOS 1, we have for RHEL 1, we have CentOS 1. For RHEL 2, now nobody is using up to RHEL 4. Minimum, some servers might be in 5, but most of them they are on 7. Some servers might be 6. After that, 8 also released 9, but 9 is not stable still. So no company servers working. So if you know how to work on 7, you can easily work on 6 and 8 also, exactly same way. Okay, so that's why we are going to discuss this course through the RHEL 7, where most of the servers in the world are working. So it is exact same as RHEL 7. Only difference for CentOS 7, there is no support, but it is completely free. From installation to command, everything will be same. Okay, so here select the CentOS 7 under the Linux, under the version, drag down and select CentOS 764-bit. After that, say okay or next. Sorry. So here you can give any name, or after the name also you can change it. So by default, this virtual machine is creating which location in the, it is a location is what? C drive, but I want to install suppose in other drive. I can do it. So I kept enough space in E drive. So I have created one. I went to the E drive. Now I'm creating one folder. So I made one folder. Now here I'll be installing. So by default, it takes 20 GB. So for RHEL 7, 20 GB is more than enough. And least value you can give is what? 12 GB also. Because I'm taking multiple batches, so my hard disk having less space. You can proceed with 20 GB. I'm going with the 12 GB. store the virtual disk as a single file. Select that. Next. Now, before click on finish, you go to the customize hardware. Click on customize hardware to give the ISO image. So from where we have to do the installation? From ISO image. So click on customize hardware, go to the option CD DVD. So we are installing the CD DVD. No, under the CD DVD, we have the option of use ISO image. So select the use ISO image, browse. Now you have downloaded. So go to the downloaded, your ISO image will be there. So I have kept on the desktop. After downloading, I copied that and kept on the desktop. So I went to the desktop, selected the path and say open. The path is given. Close. So this is how you have to give the path. Finish. Suppose you have to go to the customize hardware. You have not went there and you have click on finish. You are not given the path. Can you give now? Yes. Before the installation you start. Now also you can give. How to give? Click on edit. If you have forgotten to give the path. So before power on, you click on edit. Go to the CD DVD. Use ISO image. Browse where your ISO image is there. You go and select and say open. Okay, the path is given. So this is still now we have done the installation of Linux. No, we have done the creation of a virtual machine to install the Linux OS. So if you understood up to this, I'll proceed with the installation. Can I proceed? Okay. So now click on power on to start the installation of RHL7 or CentOS 7. Exactly same. Even 8 is same, 9 is also same. I have worked on that. So now using the arrow key, by default option highlighting is test this media and install. This option is used when you are using the DVD. So you have to use we are doing through the ISO image. So using the arrow key, you select the first option. Now which option is highlighting? Install the CentOS 7. Now press enter. Now it will start loading. Now again it will ask us to press enter one more time. Then press the enter key and wait. It will load the OS. To our other friends, I think already I've shown you. So it might be repetition for you. So just to give me a moment. My battery got low. Just a moment. So now, once it is started loading the OS, to install any OS, whether it is Windows, Mac, Linux, Unix, any, first option will be what? We have to select the language, our preference language. So here we have so many languages. So you go with the default, which language you prefer, you go with this. I'm going with the English. Then click on continue. Now, are you getting this begin installation option highlighting? No. So we have to configure this as per our requirement. After that, this option will highlight. So first we will go with the date and time. So here the date and time is been selected according to the America. So according to your location, currently you are where, which country date and time you want, you proceed with that. So using the map, I have selected. So select this. Then after that, we need to adjust the date. This is the month. This is the date. Date is correct. The time is different. So now it is 10. 10:45. So I want 12 hours. Or if you want 24 to 24 hours, this time 20 to 45. Whatever you feel convenient, you keep it. Then click on done twice. Or click on done. Now the date and time has been selected. Already keyboard language is selected. Now come to the next option, very important option. Don't do anything on installation source. So whatever you do here, it will reflect here. Like here, our language is reflecting here. So by default here, what is the option here? Software selection. Which option is there? Minimal install. So if you proceed with this option after the installation is completed, you will get only text mode, black screen. So there you cannot use your mouse, only keyboard. So if you want to get the graphical interface, in Linux, graphical interface is also there. So you click on software selection, select this option, server with GUI. Otherwise, you can also use Genome desktop. So what is the desktop we generally uses here? Genome. Genome is the name of the desktop. There is another desktop called KDE. So we normally uses Genome desktop because it works faster compared to KDE. So here I'm going with the server with GUI. Then click on done. So it will take few seconds to update. You have to wait. Now see here, it is updated. But still, are you getting the begin installation highlighting? No. So here you can see in the red, this is the most important. Now we can install the Linux OS on multiple partition, which we cannot do in Windows. So now to install your Linux OS on multiple partition as per your requirement, click on installation destination. So click on installation destination. So here, if you go with the first option, the Linux OS will be installed on two partitions, / and /boot. Now you want according to your requirement, your customization. So go with the second option. So best option is second option. I will configure partitioning. Then click on done. Now here, under the partitioning scheme, what is the method it is using to create the partition? LVM. So I don't know how many of you are aware about the LVM. So anyhow, this topic we are going to discuss in partition class, very important. So today I can just tell you one thing to avoid the confusion. Once you discuss the LVM, in the future, if you do the installation, always use the LVM partition, because if you create your OS partition through LVM, even after installation, you can able to increase that size. But for that, you should be knowing LVM. So you might, or most of the people might not be knowing the LVM. So today, what we will do when we are doing the installation, we will proceed under the partitioning scheme with the standard partition. So what is the difference between standard partition and LVM partition? So if you proceed with LVM partition, whatever size you are giving to your OS partition can be increased in the future. But if you go with the standard partition, whatever size you are giving, that remains fixed, that cannot be changed. This is the difference. So which is a better option? Able to change. But for that, we should know LVM. So that we'll be discussing in the coming day session. So today we proceed with the standard partition. Then to create the partition, click on plus. then you will get this window. Click on add mount point. So first partition you should create about the slash. So we discussed on Friday also. Before that also slash is called root directory, which contain Linux OS. So my OS size is 4.4 GB. So I should give minimum 6 GB. You can give more than 6 also, but minimum 6, not less than 6. So click on the slash, give the size 6 GB, add mount point. One partition is created. Again, click on plus. Again, click on mount point. So under the slash, we have various subdirectories. So slash boot. Compulsory in every Linux installation, these two partitions will be mandatory, slash boot. So slash boot contain Linux kernel, bootable file and bootloader. So it required 100 MB. So I'm giving 200. If you give 300 also, no problem. So did I write here MB? No. If you don't write also, it will take in MB. If you want to give in GB, write it manually. Now here, two partition is over. Again, if you want one more partition, click again on plus. Suppose I want to make this as a user database server. Slash home, the third partition will be slash home. So I'm giving for practical purpose 500 MB is enough. All users data will be stored here. Now how many partitions over? 3. We need minimum 4 partitions. So again click on plus. Now here you select swap. What is swap? We'll be discussing in the coming day session. It is a logical memory to improve system performance. How it will improve, how it will work, we'll see in practicals when we discuss the disk management. So this we require to give more than 1 GB or equal to 1 GB. So this value also we can change. How to change, we'll see in partition. So click on mount point. So how many things I have given here? 4 partition. So this is enough for your practical purpose. In the real time, these sizes will be quite large. That is the difference. Concept will be same. So these are the 4 partition minimum we have to create. Slash boot, slash home, swap. Now once your partition is created 4 out of 12 GB, about like 7 GB is over and 5 GB is remaining. So in that remaining 5 GB also, after installation, I can create a partition that we'll be discussing in disk management. Now click on done. So it is asking, do you want to cancel the installation or proceed? If you want to proceed, accept the changes. Now, can you see begin installation highlighting? Yes. So click on begin installation. Now I told you what is the administrator account name in Windows. It is called administrator. In Linux, the administrator account name is root. So can we change this name? No. So we have to assign the root password. So click on root password, whatever your name is there that you can give, or first letter of your password. It will say 8 character, but if you give 1 character also, it will accept. If you forget the root password, you can reset, but lengthy process is there. So to avoid that, you give the password which you can remember easily, like your name or the first character of your name. 1 character also it will take. So here it's saying your password is weak, means my password. But still, if you want to continue with the same password, you have to press done. How many times? Twice. So just click on done twice. Accepted. So during the installation is going on, compulsory you have to create one user. So I'm creating one user. You can use any name. I'm using the alphabet and this. So in the real time, if you want to make this as an administrator privilege, you can check this box. But we will keep for practice purpose to understand in simple way root as an administrator and this as a normal user. So I did not check the box. So I can have a single letter also as a password. Then click on done twice. Now installation will be going on. So once this 1348 application is installed, it will ask us to reboot. So please wait so that I can complete what are the remaining steps today, so that tomorrow we can start with the basic commands. So please wait. So we have to wait till it install 1348 applications. So it may take some time, please wait, so that we can complete the installation, and tomorrow onwards we can start with the basic commands. So up to this, have you understood? Yes, any questions, any doubt, anyone?
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
After this one means no doubts. But I have one query regarding this timings. Means every day it's 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, means it will take 4 months, right?
4 months.
Yeah, they told me like that.
No. I think you are confused about the DevOps for 4 months. It is only Linux administration. It will take about 30 to 35 days.
Okay. You know, they informed me like that. So I'll.
No. I think you got confused. It is clearly mentioned 30 to 35 days.
Means any other timings for your classes? Yeah, only the same
No, this
single
is the
one.
same. This other
Every
slot.
time this is the same one.
Yes. 4 months means it's a huge time.
Yeah. Okay, let me talk to them tomorrow.
Yes, pardon?
No, let me talk to them tomorrow means regarding this.
So now almost 1128 application is installed. So we have about like 200 is still remaining. It will just take maybe 5 minutes more. So it has installed that. Now it is performing post installation setup task. So it will take some time. So once the installation is completed, it will ask us to reboot. In Windows, it will reboot automatically. But here it will ask us to reboot. Once we reboot, few more steps we have to do. Like till now, we have not accepted the license. So in Windows, before the installation start, it will accept the we have to accept the agreement here. After during the end of the stages of the installation, we have to accept the license.
So this installation for practice purpose, right?
Hello.
This installation process for a practice purpose, right?
Yes. So same
But
way.
we don't have any installation. Only using link of I think Linux terminal link one is available in that, right? One license fee for 1 year free thing.
Your voice is breaking. I didn't get you.
No, I think no need to this one installation for a practice purpose, right?
So you have the idea about the AWS then?
No. I don't have any idea about AWS.
Then how you can without installation, how you can use the console after installation is available? You can, if you know the AWS, without Linux you cannot. But in AWS, directly the Linux machine you can create with installation. You don't have to do the installation. Ready-made machines will be there. Just we need to power on. So here we have created the machine and we have to do the installation as per our requirement. Then now, tomorrow onwards, we'll start with what? Basics, fundamentals, like how to log in as a root. Root means administrator. How to open the terminal, like how to check our working directory, how to change our directory, how to check the content. These all fundamental things will start.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to practice, compulsory you use the VMware and then install the VMware, and on that create a virtual machine like I have shown you, install the OS. So when you want to work, practice, when you want to practice, power on. And when you are done with that, close, power off. Just it may take 1 more minute. Now we will get any movement now. Restart option. So just please wait, because few more steps will be there. If you leave it, you may not understand what to do. See, Ubuntu CentOS commands, some of the commands will be similar. Some commands may not be same. Some of the commands basic will be same. So that's what I told you. If you are working on Ubuntu, if you are good with CentOS, you type that command in Ubuntu. If it is does not work, you just type it equivalent command in Ubuntu. In Google, you'll get it. Like that, everybody is working. Now, last option will be coming to reboot. Just a moment. After that, if you do few more steps, the installation will be complete. Now almost over. Installing the bootloader now. Now configuring. Generating the init means bootable files. So remember, for RHL7 also same commands will be there. Same installation, same interface. Now you'll get the option reboot. Post installation script is running. See here. The installation is successfully, CentOS is now successfully installed and ready to use. So if you want to go ahead, reboot. So click on reboot. Now here, can you finish the configuration without accepting the license? No. So in Windows, we'll get directly that box, I accept the license. But here, that will not appear unless until you click on license information. So to get to that box, you have to first click on license information. Now you can accept. I accept the license agreement. Then after that, click on done. So at the bottom, you can find finish configuration. Click on finish. Over. So with this, we have done to installation today. So by the time tomorrow, I hope you will also will be making the system ready by installing the VMware and creating a virtual machine and doing the installation. So how to log in, how to work on this, we'll start tomorrow, basic commands. So once your work is completed, how to power off this, click on this cross mark, click on the cross mark, then power off. So when you are using it, just open the VMware, click on power on. When you have completed your practice, power off. So when you use it, then only the resources will be used. Okay. So with this, we have done with today's session. So if you have any questions, any doubt, please ask. Once the session is closed, I will send you Sham. You just ping to my mail ID.
Okay, sir, I'm sharing.
Okay. So anybody, any question, or can I close the session? Yes, any questions, anybody, or can I close the session?
No questions.
Okay, I'm closing it. Good night. See you tomorrow.